Well, greeting my little Guzzling Gourmets. It's a bit early yet. Well, the wife says it's too early. So, got a cup of coffee. But it's Friday night, and if you're thinking, bit of a shitty day at work today, I know what I need. I need some chocolate. But we're not just going to have chocolate. No, we're going to have some nice, rich chocolate matcha cookies. If you don't know what matcha is, you're going to find out. All right. So it's a Friday night, and we're going to do a bit of baking. So, we're going to make up the sort of like the dough mix, if you like, the cookie mix. This is going to chill for about an hour in the fridge, and then we're going to roll and cook them. It does have filling. Might do that later. Might do it tomorrow. See how it goes. But for this, initially, you're going to want 2 egg yolks, 180 grams of flour. Now I've got self-raising. If you're not using self-raising, you'll need a couple of grams of baking powder. But I've got self-raising, so 180 grams of that. 20 grams of cocoa powder. You're going to want 80 grams of sugar and 100 grams of unsalted butter. So I've got that prepared there. When we come to the confectionery, the bit in the middle, because it's like a cookie sandwich, okay, we've got some nice white Belgian chocolate, and we've got our matcha. But like I say, I'll tell you what that is later. Okay, so let's get baking. Right, so we take our butter and I'll put it in this bowl. Okay, now it's a little bit hard, this butter, at the moment. I think actually I might need a harder spatula to begin with. Okay, we want to break this up. Unfortunately, I had to wait for Tesco's, and Tesco's have just been there. I'm going to have to use something a bit stiffer, as the actress said to the bishop. Right, what have I got in here? What have I got in here? There's my wooden spoon. We'll start with the wooden spoon. Okay, so we just want to break this up. Like I say, Tesco's ain't just been, and I had to wait for him, and so the butter's been chilled. Yeah, you might want to let it just warm up a little bit. Okay, and I'm just going to try and break that up a little bit. But what we're going to do next is take our sugar and chuck that in there. All right, so 80 grams, I think it was 80 grams? Yeah, 80 grams cast sugar. In that goes. And we're basically just going to cream this all together. Okay, it should start turning whitish. Now this is going to take a little bit longer, like I say, just because my butter's so hard. So rather than you sit and watch me doing this, okay, I'm going to get this all mixed together nice and thoroughly, and then I'll show you what we do next. Okay, so we've got that all mixed into there. So what I'm going to do now is take my 2 egg yolks, just chuck that in there. Okay, and we're just going to whisk these up. Okay, and then we'll be mixing that into that sugar mix, sugar and butter mix. Okay, so they're all nicely mixed together, and in that now goes where we will now blend that together as well. Okay, so like I said, really, apart from when we had obviously got to add our flour and that, there's not much else to do. Once we've got it into our, like, well, I keep calling it dough, but you know, whatever, we will then be wrapping it in some cling film and chilling it. Okay, so just going to make sure the egg, sugar and butter are all well mixed together. Now, we're saying about what matcha is. Anybody worked out what matcha is yet? Green tea. Alright, so it's going to have some green tea powder in it. Now, I don't suggest you use green tea out of tea bags, alright? This is like confectionery grade, nice fine powder, very good for you, apparently. Right. So there we are. I'm just going to pick that up. So this will be a filling of white chocolate and green tea powder, right? Which I did. I must admit, when I found the recipe, I thought, oh, that's chocolate mint. It looks like chocolate mint, but it's not. Green tea. Right, so give you arm wrist. Okay, that's all nicely blended together. So now, through a sieve, we're going to add in our flour. Okay, like I say, if you were using plain flour at this point, you'd also be adding some baking powder and the 20 grams of cocoa powder. So we just blend that in, sieve it in. Okay, don't want any lumps in it, do we? And then we're just going to mix all that together, and that should form a nice firm mix. Right. Cocoa powder seems quite lumpy there. Don't want that, do we? Break it up. Right, so there we go. So we now just gently mix all that in together, okay, until it starts firming up into a nice solid lump. Alright, so again, just a bit of a matter of blending this all in, okay, which you can take a little bit of time. So, show you what happens when it's all mixed. Okay, so got most of the mixing done, so I'm now getting the hands in there. Be careful if you find like the odd bit of butter that perhaps hasn't been fully blended in. Make sure you've got it all done, okay? And then, see, there you go, there's a patch. So you can see here, actually that's flour. Good slap. By the way, I should have said I'm dedicating to this to Mary. Alright, Mary? These are for you. Probably won't get any to try, so I'll probably eat them before Monday. But I was thinking of you and chocolate and everything else. Right, Mary? Way of de-stressing. So, if you just think, if you were eating these, they were out with de-stress. Right? Anyway, what we'll do, actually I'm going to just wash my hands and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so I've got myself a piece of cling film. I'm going to take out my mix, and what we're going to do is we're now just going to wrap it up, and that gets all under your fingernails. I'll have to clean them in a minute. Great chore that is. So there you go, that's wrapped in cling film. That's going in the fridge to chill for an hour. So actually, ooh, be beer time then. Alright. So, chill for an hour. We're back and we'll start making the cookies. Now we've got to obviously chill it and cook it, you know, cut them out and cook it. So we won't be making the confectionery yet because it's essentially just melted chocolate. It's obviously going to start setting quite quick. So we'll make that when the cookies are done and cool. Okay, so anyway, see you in an hour. Remember, beer or wine or even pinching. Okay, welcome back. So, oven needs to go on 170. All right. When we're going to cook these cookies. We're going to cook these cookies at 170 for about 20 minutes. Now, because of the amount of dough we've got here and the amount of workspace I've got, I'm just going to separate this. Okay. Just going to split that. And we want it about 3 mil in thickness. Put that over there. Okay. So I'll put it down on some greaseproof paper. I've got some chopsticks just to get the right height. I'm going to lay a bit over the top of that. Okay, and then, well, it's up to you. You can roll it, or you can try and draw it out if you like. Okay. Probably wanted a wide lump on the bottom here. I'm not going to get many out of that, I don't think. Now, I think I'm going to have to put a bit more dough in there. I might get a couple out of it. Okay, so obviously I need baking sheets, and we just cut out our rounds and lay them out. Now they shouldn't really spread. Now I'm saying that and they're probably going, but they shouldn't really spread, right? Where's the rest of me mix? So it's just a matter of rolling these out, okay? About that thickness. And then getting ready to put them in the oven. And like I say, these want to be about 3 mil thick, okay? So I didn't really have anything else to use for guides other than these chopsticks. And remember, you want to put alternate on, 2 on either side, because they taper. Otherwise your cookies will be getting thinner and thinner. Right? So I'm just going to cut a couple more. Okay. There's another one. I'm only going to get 2 out of that one. But you get the idea. Okay. We're just working our way through. Like that, onto the silicone sheets. Yeah. So I'm going to finish off getting them all ready, and then we'll put them in that one. Okay, they're all rolled and cut. Okay, it doesn't make a huge number. Okay, but then again, you're buying one a load, will you? Oh dear, it might not be enough for you, Mary. Anyway, oven's up temperature. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to whack them in the oven 20 minutes. And remember, I always check it a bit earlier than that with my oven, because it does tend to overcook. Okay, and we'll whip them out of the oven. So, in we go. Get that batch in, get the timer going. So I'm going to give that just over 15 minutes. So, and remember, it's beer o'clock now. So I'll catch you when they come out. Okay, so that had 15 minutes or just over, and they are starting to catch a little bit. So it's a good job I whipped them out. So we're just going to put these onto a rack to cool. Now they shouldn't rise really. Okay. They should just pretty much stay as they were when they went in, other than being cooked. Okay. Now we're going to let these cool. Okay, and then we'll be able to do the filling. Oh, that one went a bit thin on one side. So I'm just going to carry on getting everything out, as you actually said to the bishop, and then when they're cooled and ready for the filling, we'll come back. Okay, so while the cookies are cooling, we're going to start preparing the filling. So I've got 240 grams of white chocolate. And we need to melt this down, so just to help that, we're going to take a nice big knife, and we're just going to just chop it up a bit more finely. Now, up to you how you want to melt it. I'm going to try it in the microwave, but obviously we have to be careful. Okay, so what we'll do is that will go in the microwave in short little 10-second bursts until it is all melted. Okay, and once it's all melted, we will then add in 30 grams of our matcha, our green tea powder, okay, which I've got measured out there, okay. And then once that's thoroughly mixed in, we will then start to create our little cookie sandwich, okay. Now, because it is obviously, because it is mainly chocolate, of course it will start setting quite quickly. So that's why I'm saying to you, we can't actually do this until the cookies are cooled, ready for this stuff. So, there you go, I'll do. In it goes. Okay, so like I say, I'm just now going to put this into microwave. I'm going to put this into microwave. Don't worry, I'll wash my hands a second. Right, although that green tea powder you might not notice. Anyway, I'm just going to put that in the microwave. When it's melted down, I'll come back. Right then, so that chocolate's all melted. So what we're now going to do is we're going to add green tea powder, okay, and we're going to get that thoroughly mixed in. So this is where we end up with the green look, the green stuff that looks like, I thought, like mint chocolate or something. Okay, it's quite an intense green. So need to get that all nicely blended in. Okay, you can see there, it's getting there, but not quite there yet. And then, once we're happy that's all blended in, which is quite a dark green, the recipe I saw, it was a bit paler, but not really makes any difference, does it? It was more of a, like I say, a minty colour. So we take one of our cookies, we put it down. I mean, they're both pretty flat, but obviously the bottom's down first, and we now just put some of this sort of in the middle. We don't need to go right to the edges, because what we're going to do in a second is we're going to take one of the other rounds. You might want to just add a little bit more to that. Right, I do. We take one of the other rounds and we just lightly press it down on top, so it should just start coming out the edges. All right, and then we just leave that to solidify. So take one of the rounds, take some of the chocolate, green tea mix, plonk some in the middle, sandwich it, and you're done. So there's my next one. On it goes, down we go, on there. Now, just a little taste, a little bit left over. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add a dollop on there. Come here. We'll let that set, and then we'll taste it. You can appreciate the taste of it. All right? I don't want you missing out. And look at the mum I'm going to make, Mary. You will be missing out if you don't watch this bit. Right? Okay, so not quite set yet, the chocolate, but here you go. Now, Mary, I'm thinking of you when I eat this. All right? I know how much you need the chocolate. Nice firm, crunchy biscuit. Nice chocolate, like I say, chocolate's still a bit softer now. Okay, there's chocolate now. I'm not sure how much of the green tea I get because the cookie itself is a little bit over. Oh, excuse me. Have another beer. Yeah, the cookie is a little bit overpowering. Nice and chocolatey, both inside and on top. Oh, there you go. Rich chocolate matcha cookies. Just for you.